In this episode of Shed Sessions, we're going to show you how to change your handbrake cable on your old Landcruiser. Landcruisers are notorious for having bad handbrakes. Here is some footage from a mate of mine who can tell you firsthand how bad they are. But with the right preventative care and maintenance, they can be effective. Now, if you know anything about Landcruisers, you know their handbrakes are absolutely shithouse. So this one's 42 years old that's in this. And it absolutely sucks, and it's probably about 10 inches longer than standard.
Story of my life.
Yeah, you know all about that, don't you? So we've got this off Online Auto Parts. It was pretty inexpensive, and it shouldn't be too bad. Famous last words. Let's see how we go. This new cable was only $50 from Online Auto Parts. Just keep in mind, if you're doing this for a 60 series, there are two different cables. One cable for pre-10th month 82 models, and one for post-that period. So double check you have the right one. First thing is first, you definitely want your car on a level surface and at least chock the wheels. Even better if you can put it under some jack stands. If you want to do a lot of work on your car, jack stands are an essential tool for the shed and for your safety. Remember, you are taking the handbrake out. The car can roll. Alrighty, Hags, we've got the new one here. What do we need to do first?
Take the old one out.
Yeah, that's definitely the first logical step. So what are we going to need? Just a couple of sockets, screwdrivers. Bit of penetrate. Mate.
CRC.
Bit of CRC, spray for me. Alrighty. Well, we'll crack into it.
I'm about to take off the pin that goes to your rear brake assembly. So the pin goes through there with a little split pin on the bottom of it. You just pull the split pin out, pull the pin out, and it pops out like that. I'm gonna penetrate CRC, the one spray for me.
My penetrate.
Oh. So now we got that pin out, we're up to taking this one off, and then we'll go over here and take another one off. Spray both ways.
Hot top! All jokes aside, these old cars can be very crusty, so a good penetrant like CRC Penetrate can make your life a lot easier for old stubborn bolts and can save you a massive headache if you snap one off. There's a lot of mud under here and I just don't know where it come from.
So this here is the directional. One goes to passenger side and one to driver's side. As you can see, you got your cable there, it goes to your driver's side, passenger side. And it kind of just swivels a little bit, it pulls and pushes. It is just a little sleeve there.
So hold on to any of that hardware if you're taking it out. Hold on to any of that kind of stuff when you're taking it out.
Yeah, whatever you take out is going to be used again, unless you are doing new stuff.
Ooh. So essentially what you're doing with the handbrake cable is you're starting right at the back and you're moving all the way to the front to the handbrake itself.
So your handbrake lever comes up to your handbrake, which is there, and it comes back up. So then you got to take your handbrake out to get your, there's a clip on the new one that you got to push out. We'll show you when we get to it. It's hard to explain. So this is the new one. As you can see, you got little tabs here which go into the handbrake. You got to push these tabs in and then pull out, which can be a little bit of pain sometimes, but you get the dog.
There was over 42 years of crud, mud, animal and human filth built up around the retaining clip. So even trying multiple tools, we couldn't get it out. So there's a lot of gunk caught in those little pins and it's actually making them real hard to compress in to pull them out. So because it's an old cable, we're taking it out anyway and we're going to be chucking it. We're just going to get the grinder on the other side. We're just going to cut through the cable and then we'll just be able to pull it through. So it's a bit of a messy solution, but it doesn't really matter. Alrighty, so now that we've cut it on the other side, again, it was a little unconventional, but we can just take this whole plate out. Now we can take it to the bench and just get to it a bit easier and rip it all out. That's a wrap. It's wrap fur. While the plate is out, it's a good opportunity to clean it up. Okay, so now that the old one's out, we're going to be feeding the new one in. So So you're just going to be feeding that up through the hole where the handbrake is, and then you're going to be working your way back and fixing everything back to the points where you took everything out.
So now we've got that clipped in, we're going to run the wire in through there and up through here, and then we'll grab a nut, sit on the top there.
Wherever that is.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone forever.
Yep. And then we'll bolt it all down and then we'll work our way backwards again. So now you got your nut on, that's your adjustment for your handbrake cable. So you just want to leave it a little bit loose so you have enough cable to get back to the rear housing.
It's a good idea to take your phone out and take photos of the handbrake and where everything is bolted before you take it out. This way you can easily check if you get a bit lost. When it was time to feed the cable to the drums and put the pins back in, it was quite tight, so it might take a few goes to get it in.
Yeah. So we're all back together now. We finally had a handbrake for a day or two. So we'll just give it a quick adjustment down here at the handbrake so it doesn't go up as high. And yeah, we'll try not to stretch it too much.
So that little screw you put in, that's your adjustment. So what do you want? You don't want it too tight.
You want about 5 to 7 clicks.
5 to 7 clicks before she feels good.
Doesn't have clicked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And plus being a new cable, you don't want to stretch it too much, so you want to give it a bit before you really start.
Yeah, giving a reefing on it.
Yeah. So
It's probably pretty good, yeah.
We'll just leave it there for now, drive around for a couple of weeks,
Yep.
and then we'll give it another.
Yep, so you might just need, because it's a fresh cable, you might need to sort of readjust it not too long after you put it in,
Yeah.
once it sort of beds in, but yeah,
We'll give it a go.
might not roll down the hill now. It'd be nice. Just add a little, oh, she feels good now.
Give it a, yeah, pull it up.
Feels like a proper handbrake. So she's pretty tight, but you can move it. We might just leave it at that and just use it a bit before we adjust it properly, and just run it like this for a little while. You don't want to overdo it first thing. It might ruin your brand new cable. Cheers for watching. We hope it was helpful. Comment below if there is anything you'd like to see done. Until the next one, cheers.